Good morning. So I got a request a while back asking me how do I make my speed paints. So basically, I'm not moving my mouse or anything right now because I'm recording and talking at the same time. Wow, I don't think I've ever done that before for a how-to video. I think that usually whenever I go and do these things, I go in and I just add the audio after I do the video, so hopefully I don't have to do that. So hopefully I don't screw up and do it again. Woo! So basically what I use to record is OBS Studio. Is it Studio? But it's OBS nonetheless. So when I use OBS, I go in, and I've got all of these because I used to be very stupid and not know how to do anything, but now I kind of figured it out. So I use Display Capture 1 as my main, let's record everything and do everything. So I can turn my desktop audio on and off. There's no reason to have it on because I have nothing playing right now, though I wish I did because I love having sound going through my ears, but still. So basically, how you use OBS is you go in and you create your settings based upon how your computer can go and do things. You can do game capture, you can do window capture. But I prefer, why did I do that? If you do game capture, you can select any sort of game, and it'll record that game specifically. Display capture is what I meant to say. Create a new display capture. Okay, cool. So this is basically what I do, except sometimes it gets faulty and did what it just did, where it didn't show the screen. And it takes me to delete, remake it, delete, remake it, delete, remake it, until I finally have one that works. So I'm going to go ahead, delete that one, and you press the minus sign to delete one. Okay, so then you can go into your settings as well and edit your settings how you need them to be set, if that makes sense. So I can go in here and I can just show you guys basically what I have down. I'm not a huge techie per se. I don't understand a lot of the technological terms. However, if you show me a specific thing, I'll know exactly what I'm doing and what is going on. So if you're showing me words or trying to use words to explain something to me, I don't understand it, but I know how to do it for the most part. So then you've got how you save everything based upon everything. So if I wanted to change this, so this is where my file, whenever I'm done recording, this is where it would go. It would go straight to my videos. However, I would prefer to go into the edit section. So I'm going to change that and have it set to that. So that way now on, I don't have a mixture of my need to be edited videos that haven't been touched just yet, and the edited videos that still need a little bit of touch up, and the finished ones. I have a file for the finished videos. There we go. Okay, so then we have all of this jazz. If you guys want to pause the video and go on ahead and look at what I've got for my recording, go on ahead and do so. I'm going to keep going. The streaming portion, hopefully this is working right. I don't know. So this is what I've got for my streaming stuff. I think this was just default. I don't think I ever screwed with this. If I did screw with this, it's been years since I've messed with it. So if you want to pause the video again, go right on ahead. Audio, I have done nothing with this. I prefer not to do anything with it because I don't have a separate, what's it called? I'm just going to call it an audio box because I'm not quite sure what the fuck it's called anymore. But it's a separate system that you have that you can plug into your computer and into your mic separately, and it will record the audio and the video, or the audio and the stream separately, but they'll sync up. So once you start recording, both will start recording at a different time. I kind of prefer to have both of mine together. I just kind of prefer to do that way. It creates a little bit more of a hassle for whenever I am recording or doing something, specifically with gameplay, but still. So this is what I've got in my audio tab. If you guys want to look over that, pause the video. There you go. Did I already go over the general? I have it on the dark theme because white, for some reason, just blinds me to death. So I can't change anything because the video output is being done, and I can't change anything. Oh, maybe I could change everything for the audio. But this is basically what I've got for my video settings because it's bilinear, the fastest but blurry of scaling. And I usually don't scale my videos at all. So basically if you're scaling, you're changing the size of your your video, and you do that while you're editing. Common FPS value 30. And then I've got my normal screen size, which is 1920 by 1080. Some people have a different size, others don't, and you would go based upon that. Output scaled resolution 1280 by 720. So there's that. And then you can go in and say your hotkeys. I accidentally fucked up at one point and started streaming by accident while recording. Luckily the video was not the stream was not for public. It was on private, thank God for that. So there was that, and that is, I need to not have those hotkeys there, but I'm going to keep them there. So there's that. And then, of course, I like to have the hotkeys, even though sometimes I'm scared that it didn't start recording, so then I pull it up anyways and look. And then my advanced settings, above normal, and then all of this, you can go through and look at all of it if you want. Pause the video, I guess, you know. Will it work? Okay. So then you can do your streaming type, which you guys would have a custom URL that you'd be sent. I'm going to blur mine out so you don't see mine. Then you have your stream key, which will be given to you by whatever system you're using to stream. Twitch, YouTube, just about anything. So, yeah. And I select the custom streaming server because it is a custom streaming server. I've streamed on Twitch and I've streamed on YouTube. And of course you guys know that I've streamed on YouTube. Streaming on Twitch is mostly my gaming stuff. I haven't done much gaming in a long ass time. I've been focusing mainly on my art, so there was that. I don't use any scenes. I don't use anything else. I just record and there you go. So this is what I use for the most part is VidPad. I haven't decided if I liked it enough to buy it. I honestly want to try and go for a more professional thing. So this is only temporary for right now, and this is what a lot of you guys could use to start editing. Others, I believe you use Windows Movie Maker, which is actually what I started using in the very, very beginning of all of this trash. Windows Movie Maker and Debut. Debut was not a free recorder, and that's what I was using for a long ass time until I realized my settings were all wrong. And then when I fixed my settings recently, which maybe was a month or two ago, if you guys remember, my Speedpaints jumping up and down in some weird format, I started using a mixture of both OBS and Debut because I started streaming not too long ago. So when I began streaming, that's when that problem began. So then I've decided, well, I'm going to use OBS for anything. And OBS is free to use, and you guys could go and do that. I know that a lot of professional YouTubers go and use it. They seem to like it. They recommend it. And I recommend it too. And I'm not a professional. Okay, so how I use VideoPad. Because this is a trial version, I can't expect everything to be perfect. Just like I couldn't expect everything to be perfect with Windows Movie Maker or Apple's Video Maker. I can't remember what Apple's was called, but I used it in college because we were required to use a Mac. And it's not ideal. I will promise you that. It's not ideal. It definitely crashed a lot on the Mac, but it sucked. I personally have a thing against Apple. My father was an IT guy, and I've grown up with my dad being IT since we moved to this state, so that's been maybe 16, 17 years, 18 maybe. It's been a while, a long ass while. So I've had a problem with Apple, and I won't use it for the life of me. Apple is meant for business, not play. I will just address it like that. Okay, so how we use VideoPad is you go and you add your file. So I already have a pre-recorded, not really edited video, and I've got a lot of bullshit on here. So this was the last stream, which was Saturday. Okay, so basically what I just did was I dragged and dropped the file on there. Sometimes you'll have more than one file. I most often do. I will stop a recording and then record again because I take hours on a project. And if I'm not streaming, I'm not going to sit there the entire time and miss lunch and dinner and breakfast, you know? And especially if I'm not streaming, I have work. I'm an adult, so I do work. So that is something I do. Unlink from video, I unlink my audio because that was talking, and it's going to be at a fast pace. This is already 100 times the speed of what it initially was, and it's just below 20 minutes. It's a little over 18, actually. No, I don't care if the sounds need to be edited. There is no sound. Fuck you. Okay, so we already got this, and for the most part, every video I have is relatively, not every video, but because this is a drawing project, if you haven't noticed, my other projects, my other speed paints are less than 10 minutes, between like 6 and 10 minutes each. And then the Drawstreams project, every individual day was between 2 to like 3 or 4 minutes. And that's because I'm squeezing them all into one video. I haven't recorded any others because I suck and I got behind. But yeah. But these are really short things. So we're going to go back to add file. And what I like to do whenever I go in and I make my own folders based upon how they make me feel. So if if a song makes me feel adventurous, then I add it to an adventure folder. If it's a chill song, I put it in chill. If it's cute, if it could be used, like if I'm going to do a speed paint involving children blowing bubbles, fuck yeah, I'm going to use those. Fuck yeah, I'm going to use those songs on that. If it makes me feel energetic, if it's evil and has an evil atmosphere, if it makes me feel like I'm in a fight scene or something, yeah. I base them about how I feel, not necessarily how it makes other people feel, but how it makes me feel. And then I have a lot of songs. Mainly whenever I'm thinking about horror, I go and look at Mayu. Mayu, their music is orchestrated. It's like orchestra music, and it's all composed into this darker atmosphere. So it's perfect for these scary, evil kind of things. I'm looking for the one that I actually just added not too long ago, like maybe an hour ago. I'm trying to think of which one it was. It wasn't Scent of Night because I used that. Yep, there it is. Okay, so this one is the one that I actually just found, and usually the whole speed paint process, this has something to do with how I do everything, okay? So, go in. Oh, I should probably just turn the audio on for you guys. Oh, it's on, okay. So, I go in and make sure that it looks good. You got your live chat in the corner. I'm not going to edit it out because it sucks. I suck at editing. I don't want to... I got a lot of things to do right now because when you work on things like this and you have to draw every single day and you have to get it all out in this pattern, especially when I'm making a video about another video that's coming out Friday. Yeah, that's kind of a thing. Okay, so this looks fine. It's just loading up the preview because it hasn't been in the editor for a while. Okay, so I'm going to line this up with the back, and I'm going to add because this one was for the Drawtober, and if you guys watch Drawtober, you would know that I had, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. It's 4 from the bottom. Okay, so if you guys watched the Drawtober video last, you would know that I had a weird screen going on kind of deal, to where I had it introducing day 1, day 2, day 3, the theme, the day, you know, and that was what I did. So I'm going to go through and I'm kind of going to listen real quick and see if I can find a match for it. Where do I want? There. This is where I want the speed paint to begin, I would think. I'm looking for something that could be an entry level and make it sound nice. Alright, so that kind of cuts it over a little bit. Maybe not. Okay. We're gonna try and do this way then. Okay. So that's fine. But what I try to do is I try to make it to where the video matches up with the song pretty well, and it works pretty decently. So then I go in and I click add text, and that can add any type of text font that I want. Okay, if I can remember exactly what I used, I used 18th century for my music titles. Now, which one did I use for my intro? Crack Joni, there we go. Okay, so this was, go look at my calendar. Or I could have been smart and just looked at my damn list. 7. So, text, day, 7. And I like this one because it had an older feel because it did the Roman numerals instead of doing normal numbers. And it kind of added to that creepy feeling. So then we had werewolf was our theme for Saturday. And let's see if I can find a font that I like for this. There we go. I like that one. Okay, so I remember I had this 1, 2, 3, 4. The day 7 is orange, and the werewolf will change to a different color. So let's go with this red here. Okay, and this was 27. Oops. And then this one was, let's go 22. Okay. I'm going to remove the outline for this. Does it have to do, oh, okay. Alright. So there we have this. We're going to take this down a notch, move it, try to get it centered as much as we can. And basically all I did was grab it and moved it down. Okay, so I want these to crossfade. Okay, we're going to go on ahead and look again. Okay, and now to try and find that entry level for the music, right there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go and edit this so it's not this giant thing. How I usually have a the music portion of it is I go in, like where I would say, hey, this is the music song title and this is the artist. So I would go in and I would change the vertical height. And because it's kind of a Halloween thing, usually I don't do it this way exactly. I'll go in and I'll do it another way because it used to be different. And then now that I've changed the position of it and the scale, I click transparency and I guess 50% is good enough to me. Okay, so we're going to go back, play it, or actually we're going to fade in, press 1, enter, fade out. We're going to let this stay on for a little while. Oh, no, I don't want it to fade out. I want it to bounce. So, I'm trying to remember what I usually do. So, in position is usually the top because I want it to go back up instead of go down. So, the start position is top, the end position is top. And it's going to just come, it's going to just come on. It'll do what it's supposed to do. Unless I can test this out real quick and try a theory that I might have. Properties, start position. Never mind, I lied. I'm not going to try that because that would be wrong. Okay, so see how it kind of escaped? We're going to shrink that down a little bit. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and add some text. And what was the song called? The song is Mew. I'm going to change this to the 18th century font, outline, black type. Okay, so it is Mew, it's not over yet. There we go. So now we have this. We're going to change the size of it down to 19, so that looks about good. And then we're going to go ahead and make this go all the way down, make it come all the way up. 1, enter, bounce. That way it goes with the bottom half of it. Alright. Alright, so there we have that. And time to go to my more frustrating portion. So, what we're looking at is Photoshop, and this one was supposed to be yesterday's Drawtober, and I'm trying to get caught up. Open Halloween Day 7 Werewolves. Okay. So, if you remember, I'm going to merge visible. What I like to do is I like to go in and I like to add that final piece so you guys can see the finished project at the end of my Speedpaints. So that's basically what this is me going in and making it to where I can put this on Tumblr, put this on Instagram, on not necessarily DeviantArt because DeviantArt doesn't seem to have a size limit, but Tumblr definitely does. So I'm just shrinking it down a little bit, and then I'm going in, and I'm going to go to File, Save for Web and Devices. I don't give a shit. And this will take me a minute. So. Oh, shit. The more confusing ones is basically just me putting, like, the last one, how I put all of the Drawtober Friday speed paint together, was basically just me putting together all 5 of the, was it 5? Or was it 6? All 6 of the Drawtober speed paints all in one video, and I already had them pre-done, and then I would go in and I just put them all together in that same exact format, just line them up in the right order. I got this request maybe 2 weeks ago for, I don't know if it was really a, hey, can you do a tutorial Tuesday where you edit a video? It was more so, how do you do speed paints? And I kind of decided, well, let's go ahead and make this a video because I suck at explaining things. It's best to just show you than, yeah. If you're using Windows Movie Maker, it's actually really, really easy to use. I just hated it because I couldn't do much with it. If you're wanting to just make your videos plain and simple, the video and then the music and then the picture, yeah, it's perfect for that. I used to do it for really old speed paints back in 2014, 2013, I think. God, that's a long time ago. Or at least seems like it. Is it done? It's done. Okay. Oh, shit. So, you can either do one or two things whenever you go and do this. So, you can either go to add the file, go to your, wherever you have it saved, and werewolves, there it is. I need to go through and add everything to Deviant, honestly. And yeah, that should be it. So I'm going to rewatch the end. And we're going to remove the end. We're going to put it... Let's see. Because I always like to make sure that it looks nice. Okay, I'm going to... Oh, don't do what you're doing. Sync these up. And make that a little bit go. Okay. Okay, and so, oh, shit. If you press play whenever you're at the end, it does some crazy shit. So then we fade, and now it's ready for the next speed paint to be added to it for Friday. And we can either watch all of it and look and see what it looks like. It probably looks fine. I usually do a couple of look backs and make sure that it's working, and if it looks good, it's good. But because it does that preview setting, I don't... Okay, so time to export the video. If you're putting it on a disk, go right on ahead. I'm not going to upload it because it's not due until tomorrow. Not tomorrow. It's not... This isn't going out anyways. I'm thinking of the Tutorial Tuesday video. So, this is... Let's go on ahead and browse. And finish Speedpaints. Never mind, it's not finished. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I suck at life. Okay, so we're going to call this one Werewolf. Because I'm so original with names. So it's Day 7 Werewolf. And this just keeps it in order, so in that way I know what I'm doing. Create. And... Scare me for a minute there. And this will take a little while, but once it's done, you're ready to upload your video or continue editing. Which means I'm ready to continue editing as soon as I record the next one. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, go on ahead and let me know. If you guys want to see something else for Tutorial Tuesday, go on ahead and tell me what you want me to explain, what you want me to do. And I'm always taking requests for art. Right now, though, because it's Drawstreams, I'm not necessarily taking art requests, but if you want to help me make my list, go on ahead and give me a theme if you want. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time. And in the recording, you press stop.